books. Hopefully the final cut. I keep getting interrupted. And what's funny is that you would think, with me going away tomorrow, it'd be like packing. Oh, would you grab this? No, it's just like everything unrelated to that. Now, why am I uploading at 8 o'clock at night? Did I have a busy day? No, not really. It's because the last two books for the graduation hall came in at 7:26 this evening. That is the latest I've ever had to wait for a Amazon Prime shipping. The only exception was the one I got from, a friend of the family, and that was I don't think he had Prime. That was a long time ago. It was ironically enough, that wasn't even that was part 2 too, which I found kind of funny. Spit it out me. Part 3, sorry, of Birthday Hall. Alright, let's get on to it. First one up is Cemetery Beach by Warren Ellis, collecting all 7 issues of this miniseries. The only reason why I got this series is because, along with the next 2 books, I now have all of Warren Ellis's books he did for Image. I got Injection way back when, Trees volumes 1 through 3, and Fell this month. And I was like, you know what? Especially because now I can, as of right now, there was a reason for why I got Trees volumes 1 through 3 when volumes 1 through 2 were at the local library. And all I had to do was just get those and then get, volume 3 myself, get on the Kindle, whatever. I really should start doing that, especially for a series like Middle West. But anyways, now, why was I so skeptical to get this? I like Warren Ellis's writing. It got a 3.2 on Goodreads. But, on the flip side, Mark Millar and Kieran Gillen and Ruben Fleischer all gave it positive feedback. And yeah, I know they all, except Ruben Fleischer excluded, they all, like this as director of Venom, he did Zombieland, a far superior movie. And that's coming from a guy who loves Venom. But, and I know you can say, Kieran Gillen and Mark Millar, they work on Image too, they're buddies. It's like, I want to say that when they give quotes, they're not just, sucking up the guy, yeah, he's my friend, but he's my friend, guys. I'm sorry for a positive review, but just between me, I'm just doing it because he's my friend. I don't think it's one of those things, or it's ever been any of that. They actually read the series, they liked it. The tagline is, "Welcome to Giant Toilet Planet." I think it's, at the very least, going to be ridiculously fun. Hopefully. I don't think a series that says, "Welcome to Giant Toilet Planet" as its tagline is going to be deadly serious, Next one up is Supreme Blue Rose 1 through 7. Supreme Blue Rose, collecting Supreme Blue Rose 1 through 7. This is again by Warren Ellis, and again, I wouldn't have gotten it if I wasn't trying to be a completist. I know I shouldn't try and be a completist, and technically I don't have all of Warren Ellis' Image work. There's some, mini-series he did way back in the day that the volumes, the collected editions are out of print, so you can't get them, physically, you can only get them digitally. I'll probably end up getting those series with my, when I get the next Knowledge Panel survey. I'll probably just, with a $15 gift card, I'll be getting that for that. Just get them there. So I think I could, because 3 issues, 6 plus 6, be just enough. Maybe I should make sure it's not, I should make sure it's no more than 2. Or if there is, it's just 2 issues, But anyways, Supreme Blue Rose 1 through 7. And then the last Warren Ellis book, Ministry of Space, collecting Ministry of Space 1 through 3. Now I know it's random to get Warren Ellis books, all of his books, when I get all of this writer or that writer. I know it's kind of weird, but it's mainly because, guess who's not coming back to Image Comics? Yeah, Warren Ellis, for a reason that is debated still today. Some say that, these people, they're choosing, it was not that. It was more just, they're like, oh, I'm going to jump on this bandwagon, when in reality, I wouldn't have cared any other way, because I still got my book written, and I used this person. It was more that these people use Warren Ellis. That is what I've heard. This is not, 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 this is not my opinion. It's just what I've heard, and I think it's like one of those things where like it makes sense when you hear who's outing him. You know, the kind of people, what they've done in the past. You're like, okay, maybe there's something more to it. So maybe there's more to the story, and I hope he gets like what he deserves. Either way, if he's innocent, he gets, you know, back to formula. He did apologize recently, so maybe I don't know. But anyways, this next series is by a much better, well, not someone who's Nick Spencer's not much better than Warren Ellis. Nick Spencer's did a lot of weird things, a lot of dumb things on social media, but I don't think there's any huge. My point was there's no huge controversies with the guy, except for Secret Empire. But this is Morning Glories. Now, why did I get Morning Glories? Well, Wayward. I mean, of course, I had this on my wish list for the longest time because it looked like an interesting series. Like, oh, Nick Spencer, okay. I'll check out this series I know nothing about and I've never heard about besides when I was just looking up Image Comics Compendium, just sheer curiosity as to what they had for compendiums outside of Walking Dead and Invincible and all those other series. Well, Wayward. I read Wayward Volume, and the longest time I had it on my wish list because it was like, I guess, because Nick Spencer, I guess. And they're pretty cheap volumes too. You know, for getting all 10 volumes. But this collects 1 through 8, the first 7 volumes. So I have to get 8 through 10 myself. I mean, not myself, but you know what I mean, like individually. Now this series seems to be very similar in plot at least to Wayward. I really enjoy Wayward. Wayward was an enjoyable book where I was like, okay, this is interesting. It's one of those series where I'm glad I didn't read what it was about beforehand, because I wouldn't have liked it. I wouldn't have wanted to read it, or I thought I would have liked it. You know, like, oh, Japanese School was an anime stuck inside like an indie book, an American indie book. Maybe it's British, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. But I was pleasantly surprised with Wayward. You'll be getting my full review and do reading recommendations. But this is essentially why I got Wayward. Why I got Morning Glories, because of Wayward. But this one collects 1 through 38 of 1 through 38 of Morning Glories. I do like this cover. This is the best cover thus far for Morning Glories, and you'll see why in a few seconds here. Because for volume 8, 9, and 10, I'll just do them all at once. You know what's up next. Look at these covers. Look how boring they are. Especially this one. It's just people standing in the fucking white room. When I first saw these covers, the first time I was gonna get Morning Glories, I saw this cover and I was like, nope. Not making a gamble in a series I know nothing about. But I obviously changed my mind. Okay, so volume 8 is called Rivals. So Morning Glories, volume 8, Rivals. Collecting issues 39 to 42 of Morning Glories. Volume 8 is called Assembly and collects issues 43 to 46 of the Morning Glories. I'm in the back, and I sometimes I get you know, especially now when I'm in 4 places at once. Morning Glories Volume 8 was the other one that came in today, at 7:30 today, which also pissed me off because it's at least all Morning Glories, all the series. Because yesterday it was a whole I wish I had kind of filmed it because it was 6 boxes all at once. You should have seen me coming in. I had to close the door ever so slightly so I could still push my way in, but not have the dog escape, or the cat. Morning Glories Volume 10. Expulsion, and that was when almost all the series came in, the rest of the series. So there was three days: Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday was 5 books. Thursday, but in none of the complete series except for the Warren Ellis ones. Except for Cemetery Beach also didn't come in. And then the next day, almost all the series came in. The rest of the series, rest of this one, rest of that one, but not rest of Morning Glories. And then Morning Glories Volume 10, Expulsion, collecting Morning Glories 47 to 50. Issues 47 to 50 of Morning Glories. I know I get not backtracked a lot, but I over-explain or I talk too much about this book or that book. And that's really because I like to explain my reasonings behind getting this book, or why I finally started to get this one. You know, I like to explain. I like to talk about it. Sometimes there's like a reason for me explaining about the book, and you can always just hit the, you know, the skip 10 seconds. Your time talking. All right, Two Moons Volume 1, The Iron Noose, collecting 1 through 5 of Two Moons. And like with the Warren Ellis books, the only reason why I got Two Moons was a complete, I mean, you'll see the next 6 books too, or next 7 books rather. I got all of John Arcudi's work at Image Comics. Because he, along with Warren Ellis, didn't do a whole lot. And besides, I actually had to get one book on the Kindle for John Arcudi, but it was the last one. I was like, what the hell ever. But as of right now, hopefully I officially have all of John Arcudi's image work. Two Moons, and one of these books shouldn't count. Two Moons Volume 2, Ghost War, collecting Two Moons 6 through 10. Now this next one shouldn't count as an image book because this is The Creep. The Creep was originally Dark Horse. It collects the Dark Horse Presents issues of The Creep, or The Creep issues, you know. It's Dark Horse Presents issues, like whatever the hell, collecting the Creep story that John Arcudi did. It's black and white. I like the black and white style that it did. Because of Sin City, yes, because of Sin City. But mainly just, you know, it looks good. Because sometimes, like, when I hear black and white artwork, the longest time I was like, pass. But now, my thoughts have changed. Thanks to Sin City. I kind of wish The Creep was oversized, but I'm also glad I paid $10 for a book that's like not even 100 pages. Now, this looks pretty thin. In fact, when I felt it when I was opening the box, I was like, huh, I wonder if this is Ministry of Space. I came in the same box, but nope. I think Ministry of Space is thicker, technically. Rumble, Volume 1, What Color of Darkness. Now, yes, spoilers, I got the entire 6-volume run of Rumble, all at once. And that officially means I have all of John Arcudi's run of on Image Comics. And yes, there was a Rumble story in the Image exclamation point issue 3. I got that on the Kindle. I might just end up, because Jeff Johns has been doing like a mini-series, like anthology. There was the word. And Jeff Johns did some stories, and it's like an ongoing, there's an actual story, like parts 1 through 12, whatever the hell. I might just wait till either the trade comes out or get the issues myself, because I'm interested now. But Rumble Volume 1, What Color of Darkness, collects 1 through 5 of Rumble for $10. Rumble Volume 2, A Woe That Is Madness, collects 6 through 10 of Rumble. Now, before I was like, oh, I just might get all of John Arcudi's run, all of John Arcudi's image books. The other reason why I was getting this is because James Harren does the artwork of this. He also did the artwork and wrote Ultra Mega, which I got, again, earlier this month, right? Ooh, was it earlier this month? No, last month. Because I have all the books for August, all in one, not on one pile, in separate pile, because I want to, you know, one pile is all of Graduation Hall, and the next pile is what I got before, but still all of August. Rumble Volume 2, A Woe That Is Madness, collecting issues 6 through 10 of Rumble. Again, I got it because I got Ultra Mega. I was like, why the hell not? It also looks to be like a very interesting series. It seems to be very Hellboy inspired, which makes sense because John Arcudi did a lot of BPRD Hellboy with Mike Mignola. Rumble Volume 3, Immortal Coil. In fact, I'm surprised Mike Mignola did no work for this series. Oh, I think over who gave votes to this series. I think it's just comic book resources and, you know, the usual. This one collects Rumble's issues 11 to 15. Now, the next... Don't take this the wrong way, guys, but I'm kind of getting sick of all these, Instagram, notifications. And it's just, because it's more of a me thing than you thing. I'm not saying like I hate, but like, no. It's mainly just because, like, it's always like, this person you might know is on Instagram, and it's like, I don't care. And when Unruly Simian posts, I always like, that's when I like it. Like, I'm like, okay, that was worth it. But sometimes I'll get it at 1 o'clock in the morning because you guys have live in different time zones. So I'll be like, oh. And then I'll check it and I'll be like, oh, this person that you don't follow, yeah, he might be on Instagram. I'm like, I don't care. I mean, getting woken up at 1 o'clock for an Unruly Simian post would be worth it. So there's at least that. But those are the only exceptions. I wonder if he did upload. Yep, he did. Alright, so that's worth it. Let's see what he uploaded. Why am I doing that? I'm just trying to... It's pretty funny. Here, I'll show it. Wait. Ah! Oh, God damn it, it's gone. Why did I hit this swipe? Oh, it's gone. Oh, I can just do that. No, I can't. You can't see it. Alright, he did like it was to Jesus. He was like, Jesus loaves and bread. Must have been a slap in the face to everyone who brought their own lunch. Pretty funny. Now, back to the haul. These next 3 volumes of Rumble is when people said that it wasn't too good. And because the first 3 volumes everyone loves, last 3 volumes they said wasn't too great. Now, I'm going to go over the artwork, because that's the main criticism. They said, oh man, the artwork, you know, before it was so good and now it's bad. And yeah, I should be doing it this way because they say, yeah, you look at the artwork at first glance, you're like, oh, that's not so bad. But then when you're reading it, it's really bad. It really shows. And I feel like it won't. Like, yeah, there are certain series where they've changed the artist on the series. I'm like, what the fuck? But not really. It's never been a deal breaker for me, you know? As I was going 1. So, I don't think it's going to be a big deal with me. So this is Rumble Volume 4. And I'm going to complete this at the end of the day. Rumble Volume 4. And it's also, for the longest time, I was like, second thought, I might just change my mind. Get these, maybe not get these. But 19 in mind again. When we saw that Ultra Mega, the guy, they did the Ellis Rumble. I was like, yeah, fuck it. Alright, Rumble Volume 4, Soul Without Pity. Collecting 1 through 5 of the 2017 series of Rumble. Rumble Volume 5, Things Remote. Collecting Rumble 6 through 10, again, of the 2017 series. Then finally, Volume 6 of Rumble. Pretty thick. And they're like, hey, you know what we should do? No, they're not covering, never mind. They're like, you know what we should do? We should charge it $20. Ah! Like, come on. $17.99. You guys never went to $19.99 unless it was a hardcover. It was a really thick-ass book. It's 17, and it's a thick-ass book, but it's 11 through 17. I guess 17 was a big, thick-ass finale celebration or whatever the hell. But yeah, this one collects 11 through 17 of the 2017 series. But really, like, it's, whatever, 32. Like, it's 32 issues of Rumble. Not 17. It's 17 plus 15, that's what I was saying. Alright. Now, on to the next few. These next 2 are, not these next 2, but these next 2 sets. Like, it's 1 series of this, and then this series of that, so. Why am I saying it so weird? Alright, so anyways, first one up is Phonogram. All 3 volumes of Phonogram. Now, this is a series that is very weird. The number 1 thing that everyone was saying was, you have to have a love for, this is a love letter to music. And when you hear that in comic books, like, how can a comic book be a love letter to music? I still don't know that answer, but I don't know. But it's Kieran Gillen. Kieran Gillen did, and it's also Jimmy McKelvey, and they did Wicked and the Divine together, which I loved. That was an insanely good series. So I was like, you know what, I'll get Phonogram. And the longest time, I was going to wait till the hardcover. There was a good price on eBay for the longest time, but the hardcover was like $80, and it's still pretty expensive, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to get the hardcover. That was only because I didn't think that these soft covers would be in stock on Amazon. I think at one time they weren't. I think at first you couldn't get Volume 1 on Amazon. But then I finally found it, and I was like, you know what, I'm getting them, even though I had to pay full price for all 3 of these. A lot of these I paid full price for. But as you saw with Morning Glories, that wasn't too bad. So this is Phonogram Volume 1, Rue Britannia, collecting, I think, 1 through 7 of the series. No, 1 through 6 of Rue Britannica. It was really weird that it was like a mini-series. Like, each volume was a mini-series. So, Phonogram 1 through 6, I think. I mean, technically, and it's a full color edition, too. How did they get away with doing that? That's DC. How did they get the license to do that? I've always wondered why that. Like, they'll mention Batman. They mentioned Batman in the Deadpool comic. I was like, wait, what? I didn't know you guys would do that. Today, at least. Phonogram Volume 2 at the Singles Club. And I also, like, a side note, I like how this looks like a Marvel, the Marvel logo. Like the, from afar. Because it's the black over, not black, it's the red over white, for Marvel. And I think those are the only image books I have that are like that. The only other exception being the yellow over black. Or black over yellow. And black and yellow. That was Astonishing Wolfman. But Phonogram Volume 2, The Singles Club, collecting 1 through 7 of the Singles Club, I believe. I don't know what they say. Oh no, now it's this. Nope, Phonogram, The Singles Club, 1 through 7. That always confused me, because, like, why would you do that? Why didn't you just say Phonogram issues 6 through, what was it, 13 now? Or something like that? It was about to fall, hang on. I know I have them stacked weird. Because, yeah, it would be that, right? It would be 7 to 13? That's 7 issues, so 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah, 13. And this one would be, like, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 15 to 14 to 19. But this is Volume 3, I think at least. This is Phonogram Volume 3, The Immaterial Girl. Yeah, probably the biggest... What the hell? Oh, what's up here? Okay. Alright. Where does it say what it collects? Come on, guys. Just give me a second here. Phonogram, logo, and doesn't say it. Here, I'll go through that stuff up to the end. 6. So 1 through 6 of, I think at least, The Immaterial Girl. And like the back says, like, oh, has the song ever changed your life? Did you ever wonder how? So that's what it's about. It's like, again, a love letter to music and how music can change our ways. And my father is big into music. Like, that's his obsession. It's music. Mine's comics. My mother's is reading, I guess. My sister's is being a bitch. My sister's is TikTok, I would say. Like, honestly, my dad. Like, my dad is big into music. I'm big into comics. He's probably just as much into music as I'm into comics. So, if you like comics, this would be the perfect book to get for him. But I also like music. I'm kind of like, it's one of those things I gotten from him. I got my love of music from him. It's not as big as he likes music, but I'll blare music like he does in my headphones or on my little speaker here. But I'm not like the one to do it every single day. I'm not the one to like listen to the words behind the music. I'm more like listening to music because this is a good song. I like this song. And sometimes it means a lot to me because, oh, it's my grandmother's song. This is my, like that kind of thing. This is the song I listen to with my best friends, and that brings me back. I do have those kinds of songs. It's really just because it's really just, oh, I listen to this song with my friends. Oh, I listen to this song in the car radio. This is always playing when my mom was driving me home to school from home. You know what I mean? That's what it is for me, music for me. That's what music means to me for the most part. And of course, like, it's also like, oh, this song is really good. This has a really good beat. It has a really good melody. They're good singers. I never really liked the song. There's one exception, and that is the end song to 3 Billboards. The name of the song is escaping me for whatever reason, even though I should know what it is. I've listened to it 5,000 times. That does have a message I like behind the song. So I do there's certain times where I've been like, yeah, music does mean a lot to me. So it does. And I think I will like the series. So that was a huge spiel. That's over. Now let's get on to the final 5-volume series. And it's backwards again because I have it on the shelf. I have to put it backwards on the shelf. It looks worse on the shelf. Because it looks like this. It doesn't look too good when you put it on the shelf. And it's Moonshine by Brian Azzarello and drawn by Eduardo Rizzo. Yet another series that got a shit review on Goodreads, but I read issue 1, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you guys? I love this series. You know, the first time I read it, I didn't like it. The first time I read this series, I didn't like it. The first, issue. Because they Image Comics usually the first issue for free. Even though they didn't do it for Morning Glory, which is 50 issues. That's weird. But they give me the first issue for free for most of their books. After a while, you have to wait a little while. Miniseries, there's an exception. I think it has to be at least 20 issues or an ongoing, and then they will give you the first issue for free. The first time I read it, I was like, nope. The second time I read it, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you, past Justin? What the fuck is wrong with you, people in Goodreads? And I was like, I'm getting this series. I'm getting it soon. So I did. This is Moonshine Volume 1. But the artist said it was damn perfect. And also, obviously, there was the whole thing about, there's 100 Bullets. Same creative team behind 100 Bullets. So, yeah. I was like, I'm getting it. Now, this one just says Moonshine Volume 1. This collects Moonshine 1 through 6. Jason Aaron said it was good. Brian K. Vaughan said it was good. Cliff Chang said it was good. It's here. Go back. There we go. Just notice that. That's why I like doing it. Oh, sorry, I know. And for, I keep forgetting this. For Phonogram, I'll do it more, more. But, Matt Fraction said it was good, and I think, where is it, though? And Warren Ellis said it was good for, Phonogram. I always, whenever I'm skeptical about getting a series, I kind of sort of want, when I hear that this comic writer said it was good, that I like as a comic writer, I'm like, sold. This is 1 through 6 of Moonshine Volume 1. And I don't know what it's actually called, because I think it has... It might just be called Moonshine Volume 1, but sometimes they say Moonshine Volume 1, Werewolf in London, or whatever like that. Now, this is a series that the main complaint seems to be, this is juggling 5 different storylines in one. And that's usually not... Yeah, it just says Volume 1 on the Kindle, on Amazon. It's not usually a deal breaker for me. A deal breaker is this is just a boring series. They said it was good. They said it was good, but it was stereotypical. But that's never really bothered me before. And it's relevant. And again, I like the first issue. Let's continue. Moonshine Volume 2, Misery Train, collecting. No quotes in the back here though. Collecting Moonshine. Oh, it's also about Prohibition. It juggles it's Prohibition. It's a werewolf. A werewolf. It's about Prohibition, about gangsters, about this. I'm like, I don't care. It all sounds interesting to me. But I hear that if you're going in for the werewolves, you're not gonna get really it's gonna be pretty disappointing. That's not what it's all about. So just keep that in mind. This one collects Moonshine 7 through 12. So Moonshine Volume 2, Misery Train, 6 through 10. Now there's a bend here that you can see. It's the only blemish so far that I saw. And the bend, if I had to sacrifice a bend, I was like, they had to say, okay, you're gonna get a blemish on this book, you can choose with blemish, but it has to be a blemish, or we'll choose it for you. I'd say, bend here. Fine, whatever. That might have been my fault. I was stacking the books and bringing them upstairs. Moonshine Volume 3, Rue Le Jour, collecting Moonshine 13 to 17. Moonshine Volume 4, Angel's Share, collecting Moonshine 18 to 22. And finally, Moonshine Volume 5, The Well, collecting Moonshine 23 to 28. So all 28 issues of Moonshine. And that, as they say, is that. I would say, pretty well with my haul this time, but I didn't get a whole lot of series that were critically acclaimed. People said this is a damn good series, guys. You should pick this up the first chance you get. No, it's series that looked interesting to me, but with Rumble and technically Moonshine, people said they got worse as it went along. But they're all series I wanted for a long time, and I'm happy that I got them. Kind of sucks that tomorrow I have to leave them all behind and go to fucking Osby for a fucking week, but whatever. And I could bring them all with me, although I can't. It's still too much. But it's mainly because I like how I look on the shelf. Like, look at my shelf. I'll sit for a few minutes there, for 5 minutes at the most, and I don't sit there for hours, obviously. I'll just sit there and I'll admire my shelf. I can't put all the books on my shelf, so I place the new books. I like to say old books and new books, but new books on the shelf. But I'll sit there for 5 minutes and appreciate my collection. And I can't do that when I'm away in Osby. I might just, and it sounds stupid, but I might take a picture of my shelf, so I'll be like, here, you got it on the thing here. You got the picture, man. Just go share the picture and enjoy Osby. The longest, and I've been this way for the longest time going away. It's mainly just leaving my shit behind. Not the Xbox, so it's just I could actually, if I could bring my house with me to Osby, I'd be fine going to Osby tomorrow. But it's still a week. I always think a week is too long. But by the end of the week, I feel like we're all at each other's throats and we're just ready to get home. I'm all sunburnt. We're fucking out of here. The weekend trips are awesome because it was 2 days and we're back and you got the most out of the place. I think I did. But it's not all about me. So, I'm not trying to say, okay, this is it. This is gone on for 30 minutes. I still have to upload the complete August haul and maybe reading recommendations. It's a good thing I'm not caring too much about how much books I'm reading. Kind of funny, I'm filming more than I love filming. If I had all the time in the world, of course, I wouldn't be caring about how much time I'm wasting. But it's already 8:45, and people go to bed pretty soon here at my house. That, as I say, is that. All in all, I'm satisfied. And it was the total. If you want the total, was $3.89. I got $2 off via coupons. Yeah, I know. Spent $300+ on Amazon. I was like, we'll take $1 off for Moonshine and $1 off. I think it was Rumble or something. Here you go, guys. You saved $2. But I didn't pay a single cent. I didn't have to pay a single cent. That is it.